Good morning from day 45. No footage from the last couple of days where we double zeroed in Damascus, mainly because I was recovering, trying to feel better. Nothing really to see. There's Jenny and Rifle like sprinting by me. My slow butt. And then there's Gadget back there pretending she doesn't know me after she assaulted me in the parking lot. We have footage.
Allegedly.
Well, I have footage of her striking me, so I can make a claim. But yeah, so we double zeroed, zero being no trail miles, for a couple of days while certainly I rested and recovered, and I feel human again. But we are leaving Damascus, which is sad because Damascus is a great little town. Highly recommend it, especially, I mean, you have to come here if you're doing the AT, but some nice spots to come and eat, and good outfitters, and the Virginia Creeper Trail looks great, but I didn't do it because I was resting. The plan for today is to go to Lost Mountain Shelter?
Yep.
Lost Mountain Shelter, not Iron Mountain Shelter, which is where I told Gadget we were going in a desperate attempt to lose her. Lost Mountain Shelter, which is about 16-ish miles. There are, I think, 3 1,000-foot climb pieces over the course of the day. So that'll be interesting to see how the legs handle that after a couple of days off. But yeah, for the moment, we are walking out of town. It is cool this morning. Temperature was around 0 when we woke up, and then it's supposed to get up to like 18 to 20 degrees. This is all Celsius for those Americans who are now
60
like
Fahrenheit.
60 Fahrenheit. There you go. So by sort of 3 o'clock-ish, so it's going to get warm, but we'll be up a bit higher, and we'll see how much I cook as we get hot.
Share, like, and subscribe.
Share, like, and subscribe. Jenny goes hiking.
Hiking with Jenny.
Hiking with Jenny. I'm just inventing new YouTube channels for Jenny. It's a franchise. Yes, we are walking out of town on the AT. This is beautiful. Up here, Rifle's desperately trying to burn off the double espresso he just had. But yeah, the sun is shining. The spirits are high. It's a good day to hike. It's a good day to hike. Morning. Some guy out walking his dog. Yeah. There's a river down there. You can tell it's been a couple of days since I did any recording because I'm just now waffling to camera. All of this is going to go in unedited because I can't be bothered to edit it. Okay, just because I forgot to do it while I was recuperating in Damascus. Just a quick health update on just after a month on trail. So feeling pretty good. So shoulders, back, legs, everything feels okay. I was definitely somewhat tired, a little bit like exhausted. Whether or not that was part of whatever I was feeling heading into Damascus or not, but I was definitely fatigued, but not like there's no injuries to speak of when it comes to, like I say, like the shoulders or back or anything like that. I've lost a fair amount of weight. I don't know how much because I'm choosing not to weigh myself until I'm finished, just for the nice surprise. But I think it's pretty clear from looking at videos and how my clothes fit that I'm losing weight. The hip belt on my rucksack is cinched to the maximum now. So if I lose much more weight, I'm not sure if I'll have to replace those or what I'll do with it. Maybe I'll fashion something out of some padding so that it sits on my hips, because it's starting to like slip down every once in a while. But again, nothing too problematic there. In terms of mental health, feeling pretty good. I was at a bit of a low heading into Damascus through exhaustion or illness or a bit of both or whatever. I was still enjoying what I was doing, but I was feeling a little rough. So Damascus has definitely rejuvenated me on that front so far. We'll see, but it was pretty clear to me that before I came on trail, I was probably a little bit depressed. Definitely the last year of work and stuff had not been enjoyable, and that factored into my decision to quit and come out here and do it. And whilst I've not had any like particular big breakthroughs or anything, I am feeling so much more like peaceful in my mind and less depressive and frustrated and angry with the world or whatever. So that's very positive. I can't remember if I've mentioned it before, but I've become very kind of goal oriented out here. So during the day, I'm not really thinking about long-term plans or anything. I spend time thinking very short-term goals. So where am I stopping for lunch? Where am I stopping for to camp at the end of the day? Very short-term goals. How do I get up this particular mountain or whatever? So there's a lot of like just focusing on this, like the next tree or the next spot or the next the next, which is kind of refreshing to clear your mind and just think about that stuff. And yeah, like this, I can feel that the stress is more or less like just like falling off me. So that's good. I haven't really had any like major revelations, epiphanies about what to do post trail, but I'm only again just over a month in, so no super rush on any of that. One revelation that I have had is that kind of kicked on by my love of the Tramley, is that I'm aware that I haven't necessarily been the best friend in the world to a lot of my actual friends. Putting work first and not having a good work-life balance, and that's all me. Like my work, certainly prior to the last year, were my old boss, Sir Lynn, very much at pains for me to be better at having more of a work-life balance, and I chose to ignore that and to put more into work, and I loved everything that I did for that, but I've definitely sacrificed time with friends that I could and should have been spending with them. So I'm very much hoping to rekindle a lot of that when I get back off trail, and just be again more available and better for people. I know that I can be a bit of an introvert at times, where I just don't want to share space or time with people, because the introverted side of just like I want to shut down. But being around the Tramley here has shown me that actually I just need to be better at that kind of stuff, because I do enjoy it once I get over that initial hump of spending that time. So that's a piece for me. Yeah, and then on to like the big question, I guess, which is feet. So I'll just switch this round. So no gratuitous, only feet shot here, but the legs are holding up pretty well. So I got bitten by a mosquito a couple of days ago, so that's that. Like I've got cuts and scrapes all over my legs, but again, nothing really worse than I would have playing Sunday League. In one game, let alone after a month of it. So yeah, no real problems there. Knees are holding up fine. I think I've mentioned before, sometimes after like many days and particularly after a lot of miles going downhill, sometimes I get a bit of pain in the knees, but that's somewhat understandable. But yeah, otherwise holding up fine. I've had some tightness in the back of this calf, but again, nothing I wouldn't expect after the amount of miles we're doing, and rolling it out with a cork ball and so forth, like usually makes it fine the next day, so no concerns there. The feet holding up well. I have a slight blister or hot spot kind of forming at the back here, where after like a month of hiking, that's pretty good to only have that. I've thrown some Leuco tape on it, and hopefully that'll be the end of it. The ankles are holding up nice. I've had some pain in this area here. I think Liz Frank or like metatarsal kind of area, just on top. I did, playing football back in the day, I did get someone stood on that, and it flares up every once in a while. It used to flare up when I was running, training for half marathons or marathons or whatever. And again, not a huge surprise with the miles we're doing that might flare up, and it's fine today after a couple of days of rest, and it's usually fine once I've rolled it out with a cork ball, not a problem. My toes, I know I mentioned before that my big toes were going numb. Those, again, after a long day of hiking, those are still a little numb, but they are relatively quick to recover. I spend a lot of time at night like clenching and unclenching my toes in my sling bag, doing a lot of this, and I roll them out, and again, they're fine the next day. So again, everything less so today because we've rested for a couple of days, but as we were heading down into Damascus, everything hurt. The bottom of my feet hurt, the tops of my feet hurt, my ankles, my knees, my calves, my thighs, everything was slightly achy. But again, all the kind of thing you'd expect after hiking, as many miles as we had. So we're up to like 470 miles on trail now, and particularly before the zero in Damascus, we did 220s back to back. We did a 15, we did a 19. So that's a lot of miles in 4 days. So it's understandable, like some of these aches and pains. And again, there's nothing there that concerns me long term. So yeah, just a little health, both physical and mental update for you there. And just we're just stopping here. The first climb out of Damascus after a couple of days off went fine. It is always tough or I say always. I've done 4 zeros and this was a back-to-back zero, so I've got limited experience of it, but it seems to be that it is tough to get going after a zero. Your body has rested and recovered, but at the same point, you're like, do I want to hike? Your legs are screaming, no, let's stay resting. And typically your bag is heavier because you've resupplied, you've got a full food bag, and so forth. So in my experience, limited experience, it is tough after a zero to get going again, but once you're going, it's fine. And that's talking to the others. That seems to be a common theme amongst us. I learnt my lesson from the last resupply and did not go crazy. So I have about 4 to 5 days of food, which should be plenty to get me through like the initial part of the Grayson Highlands and where we're going to resupply next. But yeah, it's a fun hike so far this morning, and I will fill you in on more as and when we see it. Okay, cool, bye. This is stunning. So we're currently on the Virginia Creeper Trail. So rather than following the AT there, we're taking like a slightly alternative route, which in theory means that I'm not a complete purist, but when you get views like this, I don't care. It's stunning. There, we'd hiked most of the AT, so we followed the AT to start with out. Man, Gadget's so fast.
Trail runners.
And she's done. Yeah, thumbs up.
Would recommend take Creeper Trail.
Yeah, we followed the AT for the initial part out of Damascus, despite recommendations to take the Creeper Trail. And frankly, it was okay, but not particularly beautiful. And then just a few minutes on the Creeper Trail, we've been walking alongside gorgeous flowing rivers. It's just so pretty. So yeah.
So perfect.
Recommendation is Creeper Trail out of Damascus.
Yeah, don't do the switching. What?
Swish. Apparently, there's swishting stichtabacks on the AT up a mountain, whereas on the Creeper Trail, apparently there might even be Weissquape, which is ice cream for swishbacks. And with that, the tramley broke up forever.
I tried to break up with you. It's not sticking. I don't understand what I need to do.
I mean, after the assault this morning, who knew?
Took all my anger out on him, I'll admit it.
She admits it on camera.
Did.
Yeah. On a more serious note, look how gorgeous this is. Just beautiful. And as if the Virginia Creeper Trail wasn't already awesome enough, we've stopped off at the Hellbenders Cafe. Some of the guys are getting ice cream. I'm getting a barbecue sandwich. It's just like fantastic. Rifle, Jenny, Gadget, gang's all here except Sassafras, who is possibly on the AT. But yeah, this is fantastic. Very beautiful.
So Sassafras would be
Oh,
Sassafras is probably
somewhere up there.
up there somewhere.
Yeah. Sucker.